The whole veteran service thing has gotten a little crazy, man. Especially since
What do you mean?
like uh, like what defines you being a patriot? That's all right. What defines you being a patriot these days? Like because I've been pretty outspoken on not on social media because I don't do that anymore, but just in my life, I've been pretty outspoken on our need to invade Iran and start another pointless war that will never end.
Yeah.
And I have been getting lambasted, mostly from people who were never in the military.
So the whole argument with Iran, like, it's, from what I understand, it is a pretty terrible country. Some of the injustices there are fucking warranted, but that shit is going on everywhere, but we never fucking pay attention
That's
to it.
also the UN's job if they would if they would stand up and do it.
Yeah. And I'm not a fucking geopolitics major, so I don't really know a whole lot about the situation.
Right.
But I do know that fucking starting another war and be 3 in the last we've been at war for 18 years.
Yeah.
So,
it really seems, I don't know, this is me getting on my spiel, I guess. So,
well, that's what the show's all about, man.
I guess so. It seems very much like a wag the dog situation. You heard that term before, right?
Yeah.
So that's very, and I started calling this about 3 years ago, that if the approval ratings for Trump were down when it started to be election time,
100%,
we absolutely were going to war with some country.
With
I thought it
somebody.
was going to be North Korea at that point.
So did I. For a while there, yeah.
Yeah.
2017, I was like, oh shit, and you know what?
And you can see it just being held in the pocket now.
I think we're gonna see a united Korean Peninsula again in our lifetime. I just don't think it's gonna be now. I think Iran's got the big target on their back. And
Yeah.
what's crazy is I bet you they probably flew that drone, if not in Iranian airspace, definitely danger close. There's a lot of disputes about it right now, but I wonder if they were just trying to do a fucking Gulf of Tonkin incident.
I mean, and you can't, if you're gonna fly equipment into Iranian airspace, you got to kind of expect them to shoot at it. We would 100% shoot an Iranian drone that was flying over New York right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
yeah. Even if it was 10 miles off the coast of Washington,
right.
If it was 10 miles off the coast of the White House,
yeah,
we'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? We need to shoot that bitch down.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that whole situation. I mean, how convenient is it? He's up for re-election next year.
I guess my whole point with that was that I have got so many people now that I know that had never served that are just saber rattling for war.
Yeah.
They know they're too old to have to go at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you don't get to make that call, dude. You don't get to question my patriotism for having my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that should never be in question. Like it goes back to like what makes an American, or like
right.
kind of like, what does a Marine look like? Well, like, what does an American look like? Like, aren't we all technically Americans?
Right.
Like, you can't, like, the right can't say that these liberals are un-American when they're protesting. Like when Colin Kaepernick was called unpatriotic for, protesting within his rights, a fucking cause that he truly believed in.
Right.
And like he fucking lost millions over it and ended up coming up on top. But like it's one of those things, like we're gonna have fucking different views. We've already established exactly how big this country is, and you divide up the 50 states and it's like 50 small European countries, and we all kind of have different
real similar,
we all have different values, we all have different like core beliefs, I guess. But I think at the end of the day, like, we all want what's best for like our children. We want to see prosperity, and it's just kind of just coming in agreement on certain issues. But then at the same time, I have my views where I'm just like, why would anyone fucking care about marijuana? Like,
Yeah.
like that should be federally legal across the board. Fuck what Alabama thinks. Like it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
We're all gonna agree on that. Right now we're kind of in disagreement about abortion.
Right.
Where like I'm, pro-choice, and I've been trying to figure out like the views, like the other viewpoint, and like
where I come through, I have my own personal opinion about abortion, but it's also an issue that Big Brother should not be involved in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like I grew up religious, and I have my core set of beliefs now, but I heavily support separation of church and state. You should not rule a country by your religion.
No.
And if some of that bites me in the ass, so be it.
That's no different than like Sharia law.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same thing on a.
It's the same idea.
Spectrum.
It's the same mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, you even look at like you got the 10 Commandments. Those are all pretty good things, right? And we can incorporate that, but like to live and make rules based off of a book that was written 2,000 years ago, and it's like you don't want to have any flex on it. Well, then let's follow it to a T.
Well,
let's not wear blended fabrics. Let's not get any tattoos. Like,
not to mention that there are like 100 different sects that have come off of that because they wanted to pick and choose certain things that they believe this way or that way, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, okay, I get it. Like, no one is trying to step on your freedom of religion. They're trying to step on your rule of religion,
Right.
And as it should be, it's a sad thing because if you look at almost all religions, everything boils down to don't be a dick,
Yeah.
And the humans have come through and ruined that for millennia now.
Somehow. Yeah. Well, they apply it when it's convenient, and then it's they kind of ignore all the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, okay, so how many chicks do you know that are like against abortion have had premarital sex?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're all sinners.
It's true, man.
I mean, like,
it's true.
It's fucking, I don't know, dude. Religion's one of those things. Like, I never grew up really religious. I guess, I mean, both my parents are Buddhists,
right.
Traditional like Laotian Buddhists, and we'd go to the temple and stuff. And I saw the value in like the community aspect of a religion, and I think that's the biggest positive about like a religion. That it gives someone like a community and a good base to make it your entire life and your entire existence. I never understood that. Like, which, I mean, whatever. Like, no knock to anyone who is super religious. I have plenty of religious friends.
If it gives you peace, it gives you peace.
Yeah.
But it's don't.
I guess
impose others with it.
Yeah.
Which is the entire argument against Sharia law that you keep hearing people scream red-faced into different microphones around the country. It's I agree with that. I don't want Sharia law either.
Yeah.
But neither do I want the Christian version,
Yeah.
And
or any of
even though
version.
a lot of that applies to me, that's not my right to lord that over other people.
I guess that's what I always liked about kind of having that Buddhist background was it's not really like, I guess, you can call it a religion, but it's more of like a philosophy and just like kind of like a way of life.
Yeah.
Like just, live simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get all sorts of fucking into some crazy. I mean, you got, I don't know if you've ever spent any time in like Salt Lake City. But I mean, the Church of Latter-day Saints down there, they run that shit. But you can't ever say a bad thing about a Mormon person.
Yeah.
Like every Mormon person that I know is like one of the nicest dudes. Never got in trouble with the law.
Right.
Nothing.
They're,
Dude. You can't.
and
Yeah.
they're very successful business people. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I guess you always got those I guess fucking, since we're already talking about religion, I mean there are some of that dark shit that happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I saw a thing on Reddit about there's a documentary that came out about the Catholic Church recently. Another one. I know there have been a few, but another one. And now in Poland, I guess people were going with hidden cameras and confronting the priest that they had accused of molesting them or whatever. And now the Poland has, don't quote me on the exact parameters of this, but it was something to the effect of Poland now, if you film anything about the Catholic Church in secret, it's a 20 to 30 year prison sentence.
20 to 30.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone may dig something up and prove me completely wrong on that, but that was the
you have actual rapists that are getting less sentences than that.
It's crazy.
There's people that commit.
I mean, I know in the comment section, a lot of Irish Redditors were commenting that this was sort of how Ireland, the people of Ireland, started sort of turning their back on the Catholic Church also.
Yeah.
They could see a lot of similarities on with what's going on in Poland right now.
That's what I don't understand about like the religious base, where it's like they're so up in arms over this abortion thing because it's murdering babies. But once that baby's born and it grows up to be Catholic and it gets fucking diddled by a priest at 8 years old, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And then I just
was there juxtaposing? Yeah, whatever. They're differing. Yeah, that word. Like I've always wondered, all these hate groups. A lot of them seem to be on the anti-abortion train too. Shouldn't you want every minority woman to abort their minority fetus?
That's
early?
another.
I mean, like, if you're gonna stay true to your hate,
That was that was one of my my stoner thoughts that I had the other day. Was, dude, someone needs to do a study, and they need to figure out like what percentage of aborted fetuses would have most likely grown up to be a Democrat.
Right.
And I'm willing to bet, I'm just totally bro sciencing this, I'm willing to bet it's probably something like 80%. Yeah. I mean, there are those conservative chicks that are getting abortions backdoor because, they fucking fucked around and whoops, I got pregnant. I'm not supposed to be even having sex outside of wedlock. So I'm going to just go down to the old fucking clinic and dump this thing off. But yeah, and then they keep it, secret forever. And it's, I know, I'm not going to call anyone out, but I'm pretty sure I know some Republicans that have had abortions.
And I think that the idea that gets pushed with this is that women are getting abortions like it's some sort of game that they're winning prizes for.
Yeah.
I mean, I have known girls who've had abortions, and it's not something that goes away easily. Like, it's not something that they just never think about for the rest of their life.
Well, I mean, starting with like the decision to do it, it's a fucking It could be a scary thing, especially for a teenage girl. And it's like, I don't think anyone like wants to get an abortion, but it's.
I mean, I'm sure there are some people, but
well, nobody's getting pregnant on purpose, to go drop whatever
their form of serial murder,
whatever it fucking costs to get one of those things. But like, it's just one of those things that I'm always going to be like, dude, who gives a fuck? Get an abortion, fucking smoke weed, fucking own guns, just be kind to each other. Like that's Vixay 2020 for you. Like,
there you go.
That's my fucking campaign.
That's your campaign?
Just be kind.
You're kicking it off today?
Just be kind. Yeah, I might as well just fucking throw my name into the fucking Democratic race with everyone else, dude.
There's a debate coming up tonight, so you've still got time.
Yeah. I should fucking try to submit that. Ain't doing shit tonight anyways, so. No, I'm really worried about that next presidential race because the Democrats they're just fucking watering themselves down. There's too many fucking.
It always happens like that, and
Yeah.
it drives me nuts, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can't field 40 people to.
Yeah.